Yo, what up guys, I'm Sammy and welcome back to the Soul Brothers channel, and this is my first impressions look on the Jordan 1 Take 4. And it's, holy crap, I just want to preface this by saying this shoe looks so not good. It looks super cheap and the aesthetics look right? I don't know, like the 1 Take 3 looks so much better. And even the 1 and the 2, I don't know what they were thinking with this, right? But of course, this is Russell Westbrook's kind of like budget line, and it's going for $100. So if you guys do want to cop, I try to leave an affiliate link in the description box. I mean, the 1 Take line has been amazing so far. Or I mean, the 1 was really nice, the 2 was not nice, and 3 was really nice, and the 4 we'll have to see, right? So again, links will be in the description box, but let's get it started off with the tracciones, and we got herringbone, and you can't go wrong with multi-directional herringbone. But like I always say, I feel like rubber compound is more important than the actual rubber pattern. I mean, like I've had, you know, shoes that have herringbone, and it can be very good and it can be very not so good. And there's weird traction patterns, like for example the Kobe 9 with the foot heat pressure map, and that's amazing, but it's a weird pattern, you know what I mean? So anyways, so we have a lightning bolt kind of pattern here in the forefoot. We have the Jordan Jumpman logo here in the heel. And as far as the bite goes on my wood floors, it seems alright. It doesn't seem amazing, you know, but see, there's a little bit of a bite there, right? There's also a little bit of a squeak as well. It's not super loud and not super high pitched either, but hopefully that breaks in. You know, usually shoes get, you know, a little bit louder as far as the squeak goes once you break it in, right? Also, for outdoor use, it seems like it's gonna be good. I mean, it's a cheaper shoe, it's $100, and the rubber is very hard and the grooves are super deep. I mean, with herringbone, usually they give us very hard rubber, right? So I feel like it'll be very good for outdoor use. So traction right now is seeming pretty good. The 1 Take 1 and the 1 Take 3 had amazing traction. The 2 was really bad, so hopefully the 4 is nice. I'm seeing a little bit of a pattern here. The odd numbers are nice and the even numbers, but it's just 1, right? So anyways, there's the traction there, and also here in the middle of the outsole we have a plastic midfoot shank plate. It kind of extends into the medial side right here for better overall torsional support, right? All right, moving on to the heel to toe transition. I mean, here in the heel, we have a rounded shape. It's not super curved, but it's rounded. And we have a kind of exposed midsole, right? And it says Jordan here. And here in the forefoot, we have a pretty curved shape as well. And a lot of forefoot flex. And also flexes a good amount. Like, what the? Look at that. Here, even here, kind of in the midfoot where the plastic midfoot shank plate is, I guess more like right here. Maybe that's where it ends, right? I would have thought it would go a little bit more into the forefoot, but I guess not. But yeah, I mean, there's a good amount of forefoot flex, right? So overall heel to toe transition feels pretty damn smooth. Moving on to the cushioning setup. So we got Phylon, probably, you know, full length Phylon. There's a little bit of compression here in the heel, but for the most part it's pretty stiff, right? Just a tiny bit of compression, nothing special, right? And then here in the forefoot we have a zoom unit. I'm guessing it's probably like a rectangular zoom unit, or maybe like the same shape as like the PG1 and PG2, but it feels like it's top loaded. There's a little bit of bounce. I do like how it feels in the forefoot, and it feels very similar to pretty much every single 1 Take model. If I remember correctly, it's always been like just a regular Phylon foam, like full length Phylon with a forefoot zoom unit, like a smaller one. So yeah, it feels pretty damn nice. Court feel seems good. I mean, I wish they would use different foam, but I mean, it's a $100 shoe, but maybe it was Cushlon or something. But yeah, I am liking the top loaded forefoot zoom unit so far, and that's pretty much it. I guess I do like the court feel as well. But that's not that hard to do, right? So yeah, there is the cushioning setup there. It's kind of lackluster, but you know, it's tried and true. It's not a bad setup, and sometimes I do enjoy this simple setup, right? All right, moving on to the materials. So holy crap, guys, I've never seen such crappy materials ever in a shoe. Like when you look at it, it looks like, I don't know what it is. It looks like a kid shoe, kind of like a toy shoe or something, and it looks so damn cheap, right? So they're using synthetic leather, right? Especially here on the medial side. And look at that. Look at all the creases on it already. All this feels and looks crappy. And also here in the heel, it looks and feels crappy, right? I do like this material kind of right here in the forefoot, and also kind of like on the lateral side. So it's like a plastic, You know, kind of reminds me of like the, what's the material? Like the Element 87 or whatever it was. That was supposed to be the next hyped big shoe. Anyways, it's see-through, right? It's see-through. There's a little bit of stretch to it, so it doesn't feel like the most supportive material. It's really, really thin, and it's a double layer material as well. Like underneath that, you guys can definitely see very open mesh as well. And it's like it's an open mesh, so this material feels not supportive at all. Right, so we'll have to see on that. I am a little bit worried about support. I mean, you guys can see these two eyelets, they're like cable eyelets, and it kind of comes down into the material for better lateral support. So hopefully that'll help, and also we can see the Jumpman logo. I guess I do like how thin it is, and it conforms to your foot pretty well, but it looks and feels extremely, extremely cheap. And then here in the toe box, the rubber also comes up to, I guess, like, what is this, like a guard? So I guess you get extra traction when you're doing toe drags or something. We do have a Jumpman logo on it as well. I guess that's good, you know, for durability. I mean, if you're doing toe drag, that's gonna be really good, right? For the tongue, there's absolutely zero padding. It's literally just a double layered like mesh material or like a textile material, right? There's zero padding in it. So it feels nice and minimal, but for me personally, I like to have, you know, a little bit of padding, you know what I mean? And also it is a half booty construction tongue. I mean, this material, like I said, is double layered, right? And then here in the ankle area, there's very minimal padding as well. So yeah, I mean, it feels super lightweight. Like this shoe feels like, I'm guessing it's gonna be like 10 ounces, right? Very, very lightweight. This material, also this upper feels super minimal as well. There's zero padding. So it feels nice on foot, but if you want something like a little bit more on the cozier side of things, this probably isn't the best option. And also if you want any type of like pretty good quality materials, then this is the worst. Honestly, I'm trying to think, you know what I mean? Like what has like crappier materials than this? I'm trying to think. There's like nothing. So yeah, I mean, good job on that. And also, I guess, you know, we have Russell Westbrook's logo here on the medial side as well, which is pretty cool, right? All right, moving on to the fit. I went true to size and it fits me pretty well, right? So my toes go pretty much right to the edge of the shoe. It is a little bit wider than the One Take 3, I feel like. You know, there's a little bit more space. It's not squeezing the sides of my foot as much either, which I don't like. I like to have a really snug fit, right? So I'm a little bit worried about that. Hopefully my foot doesn't move inside of the shoe, especially in the forefoot. And also, like I said, this material doesn't feel super supportive, so I feel like, you know, it moving around in the shoe because of the sloppy fit and the material not being as supportive is gonna, if it doesn't feel so good right now, right? Also here in the toe box, it's kind of roomy, honestly. Like it scrunches up a little bit, and also I feel like this material is gonna stretch out once I break it in and stuff like that. So the fit isn't that great for me. I'm not liking it all too much. If you do like a roomier toe box, then I feel like this will be a pretty good option. Also, if you have a wider foot, right? Probably just go up half a size though. But for most people, probably go true to size, right? All right, moving on to the support and lockdown. So for lateral containment, I feel like it's gonna be okay. You know, I mean, if you look at the lateral counters, I mean, we have this synthetic material here. Look at this. It's so crappy. And then the foam coming up a little bit as well to act as a sidewall. Here in the forefoot, here in the midfoot, and also here in the heel. And it feels like there is an internal TPU heel counter. And also lateral stability feels like it's gonna be pretty good. I mean, this part protrudes out a little bit, but you do have a low to the ground and pretty wide base. So lateral stability feels like it's going to be good. And holy crap, look at how low it is. This dips down like crazy, guys. I guess you do have a pretty high heel tab as well, which makes the shoe pretty damn easy to put on. So there's a support and lockdown there. I'm actually very curious about weight. I'm guessing like 10 ounces, right? Yeah, 10.76 ounces. Let's check the other pair. 10.86 ounces. So yeah, that's extremely light. Of course, shoes that are cheaper usually lack tech, and once they lack tech, it's very, very lightweight, right? So yeah, I mean, it feels really lightweight and minimal as far as the upper goes too, but it feels really crappy and cheap even on foot. And also, hopefully it's not lacking in support. You know, so we'll have to see on that. I'm gonna need to play in it, of course. So there is the weight there. Moving on to the aesthetics. I don't know, we'll have to wait on some other colorways, but overall this silhouette looks really not so good, honestly. I feel like the One Take 3 looks so much. I'm looking over there because That's where the One Take 3 is. But yeah, definitely doesn't look as good as the 3. So tell us what you guys think of the aesthetics down in the comment section below. So wrapping things up, a little bit disappointed because I did like the One Take 3 a lot. I mean, honestly, the One Take 3 didn't have amazing quality materials or anything, but the traction was good. The cushion was pretty nice as well. I mean, the cushion feels very similar from the 3 to the 4, right? But we'll have to see it on the traction and also the support. And usually, you know, I'm a lighter dude and support isn't a huge issue for me. I feel like most shoes are okay. But the One Take 4 isn't feeling amazing, right? So anyways, as far as my first impressions go, it's not looking so good. So that about wraps up my first impressions look on the One Take 4. Again, if you guys do want to cop, I'll try to leave an affiliate link in the description box, but that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.